Okay. Fuck. Okay. Well. Okay, let's go to do some Diablo 3. Like I said, I haven't played this in some time. I actually was playing it off session. I was actually watching a Synthetic Man's review of Mafia: The Old Country, and honestly, I'm kind of surprised in a way at just how terrible it seems, but whatever. The only good Mafia games, in my opinion, were the original and maybe Mafia 2, if you want to look at it from a weird angle, I guess. Both those games combined have much more player choice than, like, a lot of games tout nowadays, but I'll digress. I also might have to charge the batteries on this, so that's going to be fun. No, I guess it somehow got disconnected. I don't even know. Whatever, not important. But yeah, I was going to play this last time, but honestly, I don't know, that Avatar game seems interesting, I guess, but it's just like, I'm not sure how long I have to like actually play before I can get to the thing I like in those games, it's the sandbox, and you're honestly pretty damn limited. Like, you do have a super jump, and you can even like scale walls for the most part, but then when I finally got up there, it's just like, oh, well, you can't be in this area right now. It's just like, what? So that honestly kind of turned me off from just like exploration and shit, so I'm just gonna have to like power through it, I guess. Though, considering I just got done playing something like the Sky of 5, I don't know if I feel like powering through another game right now. So, I definitely did enjoy the Sky of 5, but I really wish the musical choices were just more varied, in my opinion. I don't know if it's an issue in other Disgaea games, but there actually are a really good number of songs in Disgaea 5 at least, but the theme that you hear when you're like, that part where you fight Margarita, I think, for the first time, with Eusalia's parents, was honestly pretty depressing. But then it's just like, it plays for other parts of the game, and not once did it play in battle after. It's just like, wow, it was actually a really thought-invoking song, honestly. Like, that shit was just like, legitimately depressing, but then it's just like, I never felt anything like that after. Like, I think they even used the same episode title card in one of the last stages of the game. It's just like, wow, that's really depressing. The lobby music is definitely really good, though. Though I really kind of wish it would have played that song during the final fight. Though I hear that it's significantly bullshit, and I don't know if it's even worth doing, to be honest. Like, I actually lowered the music and just played that, and it was honestly a lot more sad, to be honest. Like, it was such a gut-wrenching moment. It's just like, I don't know. It's, I get that the song they wanted to use was more like of a badass theme, but I don't know. I think it would have been... It definitely felt more appropriate to use like a much more somber theme, and honestly, I think it was a little too effective. But the fight was definitely kind of bullshit. Mainly just because of how the fight plays out, but I did eventually find a pattern that kind of worked. I would say the last story chapter definitely had the most netherworld effect bullshit, since there was always a random enemy that spawned every turn. You essentially had to clear the whole map at that point. But pretty much the one unit that I used was what the hell is it? The fucking, I forget the name. It's the Dark Knight, I think, or something. The one that has the lightning sword and shit. You essentially just use that one unit, like level them up to like level 300 or so, and you can basically like, go through the story no problem. Which is what I basically did. I definitely enjoyed the gameplay to story ratio, honestly, though with just how boring the skits were, I unfortunately skipped them after a certain point, because I just found the story just infinitely more interesting compared to the base game and shit. It's not that the skits are bad, some of them were pretty funny, but it's just like when the story just got more interesting, like I didn't care to like actually read them. I did at least make sure to trigger them though, so I can actually get them to be completed in memory view or whatever. So I did trigger them, but I didn't really bother watching them except for like the one that you have to switch out for another character to activate. It's kind of weird, but I did have a generic character running around the pocket netherworld. I really want to go for the other Disgaea games, but unfortunately on PC, it might be the problem I've been having with PC games for some time, but they've been kind of running like shit. I'll more than likely emulate 3 and 4 at least, since 3 never got a PC port for some reason, and I don't know if the PC version of Disgaea 4 has a proper map editor mode. And I don't know if it can be utilized in 4. In 5 it's basically impossible, though you do get a lot of hell to the point that you can essentially get all the money you need to buy everything, though it's practically pointless, which is honestly kind of disappointing, since I really like the idea of making your own levels in Disgaea, but only to find out you can't even use it to train your units, so it's kind of impractical. And you have to get through a bunch of post-game anyway to be able to play money maps, which I don't even know if you can play your own creations, but basically the user-made maps I can kind of see why it was omitted, though it was partially due to nipple-itching software's incompetence on connecting the online and offline world, I guess, but I don't know. It's they definitely had their fair share of blunders, honestly. Some minor, not some minor, I guess, but it's it definitely was a consistent quality game. Even if it's a tactics role-playing game, it sure is a lot more gameplay you can shake a stick at, honestly, so I could definitely recommend it if you're into that sort of thing. I'm sure someone's going to say that Disgaea 5 story isn't the greatest, but I know that usually a lot of people like the gameplay, since it's the most streamlined up to that point, but still having that core gameplay just makes it kind of addicting. At least the characters are likable. I just hope that the rest of the games have much better characters, honestly. But we'll have to see, I guess. I'll probably end up playing the Vita version of Disgaea 4, the Japanese version, since I know that apparently in North America they dumbed down the level editor because of some retarded bullshit that I can't even grasp, honestly, so that's going to be a whole fun of can of worms whenever we get to that. But I know the rest of them are on PC, so I should probably be able to play that, no problem. It's actually an X I found earlier. I should probably identify that. Odinson. Probably butchered that. Oh shit, you can even socket it. Okay. I'll play with it for a bit. I'll probably finish up the first act at least, and find a good stopping point for Act 2 before I move on. Anyway, I did find some more codes in Kasumi Ninja, though I still have to find the ones that actually change what characters you control during the one-player mode. But if I'm going to be honest, I'll just probably use the ones I found. Just go with that, since there's like a two-player mode or whatever. And when you hit rematch, it just lets you change the character, so I'll probably go with that, I guess. Probably the closest thing to a versus CPU mode, though it's kind of weird, honestly. But I guess it's the best I'm gonna get, honestly, so I'll probably just go with that. I'll have to, like, extract what the fuck is it, the chief file, and then, like, name them on the PC or something. Since I don't know if you can use a keyboard on dev mode with Xbox, I'm gonna assume no. Or if there is, you have to, like, pay top dollar for that, and I don't know if I want to be honest. I've also seen some people talking about Silent Hill F, and I actually saw a community post from Sean the Legend, which is going to make me want to do a video talking about that game, since apparently it's inherited a number of things that people basically conclude that's a Souls-like, which is both Sad and honestly a little bit retarded. Since, oh shit, I actually got my first, green tier loot for pants. Holy shit. Oh shit. The jousting mail. Was there another one that I got? Yeah, the surcoat. Yeah, I actually got 2 pieces of the set. Holy shit. Let's see, where is the other set? Holy shit. Alright, let's keep going. But yeah, I'm mainly trying to complete this since I did put a fair amount of time into this with the hopes of having some local multiplayer with Diablo since it is extremely chill as fuck, but I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. Bunch of bullshit unfortunate behind the scenes I'd really rather not get into, but it's, I at least want to make sure that Diablo 3 is complete. Because I do want to start working on, like, actually recording footage for various projects, I hope. I've been saying that for a while, but it's, I've been fairly busy, and honestly I didn't even have the Xbox 360 hooked up for some time. I was actually warming up in this a little bit so that I could be prepared. I was going to start early, like I said, but I was listening to Synthetic Man's Mafia, the Old Country review, and it just essentially reminds me of it's essentially just an expansion to the Mafia remake that came out, and it's just fucking terrible. Like, it's really not good, honestly. I know the original is kind of dated in a way, but it's still a lot better than, like, other games, I guess. So one of the people in the comments who have no idea what the fuck they're talking about, though, saying that Mafia 1 and 2 is in the same league as movie games that come out today, which is just fucking stupid. The things that make them not age well is that with the first game, the combat and controls were incredibly jank. And you can clearly tell it was a game ported from the PC to the console. But at the very least, no matter what version of Mafia you were playing, you were still getting something. Like, I'm sure there was a race mode that was kind of cool if you were really into that, though it wasn't really worth doing, I guess, unless you really liked collecting the cars and shit. And I'm sure that there were missions in the actual main story, which there were some side missions that were taken, which mainly just involved expanding your car collection, I guess. So it's and I'm pretty sure even the PC version had a free ride extreme mode, which was a more expanded version of the actual free roam that was in the game, though albeit limited. Which is a bummer, but it's not the absolute end of the world. It's just, it was a different type of game, but it was still a game. It was just a very flawed game, but it had a lot of interesting things going for it. And it truly was one of a kind, honestly. Flawed, but it was still pretty decent, I guess, depending how you look at it. But people saying that that game is like the movie games today really have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Like, I haven't played the original Mafia in some time, but just remembering what it was definitely not a movie game. Yeah, there were cutscenes, but there was still gameplay in it. You could go around killing people if you wanted to. It's just that the gameplay was incredibly not great. Which probably is just due to the fact that the PC to console experience was kind of shit, but it's an interesting specimen. I'm not saying it's perfect. It's certainly vulnerable to criticism like of any other games, but there really aren't a lot of games like it, especially in its structure and just overall value, I guess, for your buck. And then Mafia 2 came out, and it was just like, I don't know, that game was honestly disappointing in some aspects. Like, I wouldn't say it's terrible, but there was a lot of known cut content, and the story being just not terrible either, but just the way that they rushed it. You can clearly tell the story was rushed, and the whole Mafia 1 to Mafia 2 connection just really makes no sense. It just feels so damn shoehorned in, it's not even funny, but I guess on its own, with no ties to Mafia 1, it is a decent game, but it's certainly flawed like a lot of games, honestly. I wouldn't call it a movie game either, honestly. Not even counting the DLCs are added to the game. There was still, I would still say that Mafia 2 is maybe worth playing. But then Mafia 3 came out, and that was just honestly a terrible game. It's, the only good thing about it was Vito, honestly, and that's only because Vito was a pretty likable dude. Even if you could say that he's essentially a stereotypical Italian dude or whatever, but it's, like, you have two other characters who are just nobodies, and you have Vito. Like, who else would you pick between the three? Like, there's literally no contest. I hate to say it, but it really does try so hard to be... It gives me, like, boomer vibes, I guess, and it's just disgusting. Like... I don't know. I read some comments, honestly, and like I said, most of them, they just have no idea what the fuck they're talking about, but I did pinpoint two at least I saw that were very interesting. Someone mentioned how The Last of Us basically copied Resident Evil 4, which is technically true but kind of misleading in a way. Mainly because it's, yeah, it's a third-person action shooter game, I guess, but it's, just because of the third-person cinema camera doesn't necessarily mean it's a Resident Evil 4 copy. So people are going to stop with these absolute first-grade tier comparisons, honestly. It's getting under the Mayo levels of terrible comparisons, honestly. Honestly, even Synthetic Man was like comparing Resident Evil 2 to like Mafia. It's like, dude, we know Resident Evil 2 was a good game. At least compare it to like Mafia 1 or something. I don't know. It's I guess it's kind of dumb for me to say that, but it was just something that kind of annoyed me a little bit. It's like, I don't think comparing a playthrough of a survival horror game compared to, like, a movie-driven game is really fair, honestly. But, whatever. If I had anything to nitpick with Synthetic Man. But, at least the video was, pretty digestible, thankfully. It wasn't, like, the absolute worst thing that he's put out. I don't know, it's, I think it would have been at least more comparable to compare Mafia to, like, other games besides Resident Evil 2, the original. I don't know, it just feels weird, honestly. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I don't disagree, but it just seems like a really weird comparison, honestly. Because I fuck up on killing that treasure dude, whatever. I'll live, I guess. fuck. I definitely should have saved that for later. Oh well. But it was still a pretty decent video otherwise. It was fairly digestible. Suggs doesn't really get many videos now. I think the last one I remember was like when he did the Mind's Eye review, which apparently he held on a members only stream for a video for a while, which kind of annoyed me. Because I actually do like Synthetic Man's reviews, honestly. I still feel they hold up pretty well. Even his... Oh wait, there was a Death Stranding 2 video, I forgot about that actually. I think that was his latest one, not Mind's Eye, excuse me. I definitely will see him saying that the boss is in the same league as girl bosses in today is just fucking dumb. That I completely disagree with. It's but I'm not going to really get into the whole specifics of that. It was just a really dumb comparison. But I think playing something like this guy or even Diablo would make far better time sinks than playing something like Death Stranding. And even now basically having a seemingly near, I wouldn't say perfect save, but like just like a save file for Metal Gear Solid where you can just like fuck around with having all the special items right before Disc 2, since for some reason if you save at any point in Disc 2, you have to put in the second disc, which kind of annoyed me, but whatever. But whatever, no big deal, I guess. It ain't the end of the world, thankfully. Or not yet, anyway, but still. Yeah, I gotta go back into town and sell the shit or whatever. There is no cow level. Bullshit. That is a complete lie and you know it. Alright, let's apparel. Salvage all this shit. That bonus XP should help, hopefully. I should probably just get, like, Star, whatever the fuck, since I'm here. Combine. Might as well get the hell is it? The other stuff, I guess. The other gems I kept for this wonderful occasion. And I don't have any, of course. Alright, whatever. Alright, let's go back. But yeah, that's really about it. I'll probably do a video talking about Silent Hill F, I guess, and the bullshit that comes with people just being fucking stupid about it. I've actually been recording a number of rants, actually, though I do want to, like, record game footage or other stuff, I guess. But yeah, I don't know how long I'll be doing this for. I'm actually going to see if I can run some errands tomorrow, since I have to stock up on shit, so that's going to be fun. But at least I'm playing a game I actually like, I guess, so I'm not completely miserable on, like, fucking DSP. I still can't believe we did really terrible in that fucking, what the hell was it? The Tony Hawk game? Actually make me want to play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 Japanese version, actually, since he just did so fucking terrible that it actually hurt watching, honestly. It's kind of funny too, since he essentially just kissed the ass of From Software, but yet anything he plays that isn't like a Dark Souls game, and he like fucking cries, and it's just fucking retarded. I do hope Kino Casitas cover other games that Phyllis play besides like the baby shit that's like with Nintendo now. Alright. Oh no, it's that fucking Tony Hawk video that was showcased was just fucking terrible. I don't really keep up much with Phil nowadays. It's just gotten really fucking boring, honestly. At least Kano Casino and, yeah, just Kano Casino are like the ones I have interest in now, but only if they cover Richard of Review Tech USA or DSP, since they're like the main targets of them, I guess. Other people they cover don't really care about, honestly. They're not really gamers, and they're just like another tier of cesspool I just can't be bothered to look into, honestly. I think they covered the whole beef with him and Mr. Sparrow, but I just can't be bothered to watch it. I'm sure I'm going to probably praise low-tier God as like this best dude when he's just clearly not. I think he could be just as bad as Phil sometimes, except he's just more desperate. Like honestly, having to pay money for a save editor for a game like Elden Ring and then still suck at it is pretty fucked. They didn't even lie about it to boot, which is just insane levels of retarded. But whatever. People can do what they want at the time, I guess, but it doesn't mean they ain't gonna fucking criticize them. I'll say that much. Sure, it's gonna go both ways, but I just find it really fucking dumb that people are like that, honestly. It's just dumb. Like I said, it's whatever, but it's just fucking stupid. I still find it funny that now he just runs lobbies in Street Fighter V, acting like it's the better game, when literally for years the dude was just screaming about how Street Fighter V is the worst game because how dare Capcom nerf the game or whatever to please people, whatever. Like I've been watching the dude since when he played Ultra Street Fighter 4 back on Twitch. Back when I actually used to kind of like the dude, since he was just a funny dude who just rated stuff, but then as I've watched and watched, it's just like, he's just a piece of shit. Like, if he just kept his rage to the games or whatever, and he wasn't just an overall piece of human filth, whatever, it would be whatever. But no, he's gonna be a douche, and being a douche is never fun, so fuck him. I don't want to get mixed up into the whole circus anyway for two main reasons. One, because I honestly don't want to become what Rich has done, and I don't want to be associated with that muddy waters. And two, he is known for flagging people who dare show exposure and talk down on him, and I'm not about to compromise this just because someone can't handle any form of criticism, so fuck him. It's, I don't know. I really would like to talk about it in some way, but I don't want to like turn into a review tech, so fuck it. I just mainly like it when he gets pissed off at the games and his irony statements. It's just all the more hilarious at times, but it does get really annoying after a while. The dude is even like a fucking Capcom drone in a way. Oh, I played Resident Evil since the very original, and I'll always buy a Resident Evil game. Wow, this game is fucking garbage. Okay. Yeah, that's fucking cuckoldry right there, honestly. Some cuckold-ass behavior, but I'll digress. Like, guess what? I really like Ghost Recon Wildlands, but when I found out that Breakpoint was going to have that online-only shit I don't care for, I didn't bother playing the game, because why should I? It's just fucking dumb. I really want to get into that fucking DRM discussion again, but it's, I think it's fair to say I'd rather buy a game I can play whenever, even if it's involving that license shit, than to deal with some shitty DRM. Which, by the way, apparently Avatar Frontiers of Pandora requires you to connect to Ubisoft Connect to play whatever, but then when I disabled the internet on the PS5, I was able to bypass that no problem. So, what the hell is up with that, Ubisoft? Whatever. I'll probably play through more of the game. Hopefully I can find a point where I can actually just kind of explore and fuck around, but I'm gonna assume that I'm still in, like, the prologue or whatever, so I can't really, like, actually explore and shit. The thing that I usually like to do in games like Far Cry, Watch Dogs, whatever. So, it's whatever. But I definitely was disappointed by that. And speaking of disappointment, I'm gonna have to actually switch over to something else since I think the batteries are kind of draining a bit. That or they're just really having a hard time connecting. So I don't know, but it definitely keeps on disconnecting, which is not good. I'll see what happens, I guess. To your death. Well. This is no illusion. Just gotta check something really quick. Oh my. Okay. I wonder how bad the frame rate's gonna dip when we or when I get to the final boss of this act. So I know it's like the only real part of the game that like has a significant frame rate dip. There's so much shit going on, it's not even funny.
They tortured my poor husband. Oh no.
Ooh, bitch. It's fucked. Oh well. Fuck. Shit. It's always somewhere I didn't find, or whatever. I don't know. Oh shit, I got a plan. Exalted something something. Fuck. This isn't it. Here we go. Sure there's gonna be some good loot in here, I hope. Wow, that was it? That's kind of shitty. Oh, let's get a free heal, I guess. Another event worth doing, I guess. Excuse me. Gonna have to refresh myself after this. I'll probably stop after this boss fight, I think. I'm pretty sure that's a part where it's annoying, I think. If I remember correctly. Yeah, I'll probably stop after this part. It's been a good hour, I think. At least I made plenty of progress, I think. Cleared the first act, beat this bitch. I should be okay, I think. Inferno! Of course. B. Yeah, go shove and play this in like a month. Yeah, I haven't touched this game in like a good month. But guys, I need to learn how to play this game again. I haven't played this in like 100 years. Fuck off, Phil. If it was Street Fighter, you'd be able to pick up on it right away. Like, stop the bullshit. Just fucking stop. Yeah, I'll probably just proceed a little bit onward to this part. I think it's the way to go for the sewers, I think. I'll definitely stop there at the very least. Alright, there we go. Alright, that's gonna be it for this part. This will have to continue next time. Let me just very quickly use this really quick. Yeah, let me salvage this. All these, honestly. Oh yeah, I just have to use it right. Forgot. Alright. I swear I've seen that name before. Exalted something. Well, it's not this one, so forget it. It's not the weapon I was thinking of. Rip. Unfortunately, I can't make anything that's like rare and shit, except for like the other stuff, unfortunately. Oh well. Oh well. Alright, let me go ahead and do this really quick too. I think that should be everything, unless there's something I'm missing. Well, I got it. Oh shit, the Hellfire Ring. Alright, sure, let's learn it. Let's actually make it. I actually want to make that. Oh. Let's make that ring. Oh shit, these all require items I have absolutely no way of making, unfortunately. That sucks. Oh well. Guess I'll just have to cry about it. Alright, let me sell the other useless shit. Yeah, Inferno is the highest difficulty, so I don't think it would make sense to carry anything less than that or whatever. Okay, well... Oh, wait a minute. I just saw something else. I gotta look one more time. Oh, those are just the stuff I have equipped. Okay. I was gonna say, holy shit. But no. Just big stupid, of course. Alright. Guess that's it, really. Done everything I could, I think, for now, so... Just save and quit. Oh yeah, I gotta change this, actually. I think I got some other things I could actually use. I tried to make DSP, but it unfortunately fell through pretty bad. Oh yeah, like I'm able to get that one now. No fucking way. Alright, well that's gonna be it for now. Let me switch over to Xbox Series 6. Alright. Okay, let me switch over to regular mode before I do RetroArch. I don't know if I am going to get around to that tonight. Might just move on for the day. Yeah, it takes a while for it to switch between dev mode and retail, whatever. Nice. Alright. Let me go ahead and sign in, I guess. Just gonna do the dailies bullshit. Haven't gotten around to doing that yet. I'll just do Call of Duty and fucking GTA, I guess. So not really much to see, I guess.